Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are making Ewa Riro. For those who don't know, Ewa Riro simply means stewed beans, and that is what it is. But I have stepped up my Ewa Riro game and I want to show you my new way of preparing Ewa Riro. My family loves this so much, in fact they are addicted to it. So I have to sound a note of warning. When you try this, your family might also get addicted to it. So let me go ahead and show you how I put everything together. When making Ewa Riro, you can either use your white beans. This is the regular black-eyed peas. A lot of us are familiar with this one. And the second one that is usually used is the brown beans. So this type of beans is sweeter than the black-eyed peas. However, my family prefers the white beans, which is the black-eyed peas. It's our to-go beans. But sometimes, for a change, I like to use the honey beans. So today I'm going to show you my to-go beans, which is the black-eyed peas. And mind you, you can also use the brown beans for this. It's all well and good. So the first thing to do when making Ewa Riro is to get your beans sorted. Usually the one I buy around here is already sorted. However, sometimes I still find a little bit of debris here and there. So just to be sure, I'll just go ahead and sort through. I'll just return everything back to my bowl. So next, I'm going to be rinsing my beans. So just go ahead and rinse it a couple of times, maybe like twice or 3 times, or till the water comes out clear. Also, when rinsing this, be careful not to peel your beans because they can start peeling while you are, when you are washing them vigorously. So once your beans is well rinsed and the water turns out clear, or when you are satisfied washing it, just go ahead and drain it. In the past, I usually soak my beans for about 6 to 12 hours before cooking it, but now I no longer do that. And the reason is because my son usually complains of heartburn then, but now he's grown and I guess he has overcome it. So it's always advised that if you have heartburn issues or gas issues with beans, it's said that when you soak it, it helps. It did help my son, but I'm just saying it might help someone out there. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pour my beans inside my cooking pot. I've got 1 bell pepper here and I just shredded that into about 3 parts so that everything can cook evenly. I have 1 habanero pepper, 1 large onion, and my secret ingredient today is my roasted turkey. The reason why I'm using roasted turkey is pretty simple. I've come to realize that adding a little bit of smoky taste to food heightens the flavor. So just take a look at your jollof rice. Whenever it's smoky, it's always different. So whenever I don't have smoked turkey in the house, I go for dried fish. The smoked one. It's really good. It does add that depth of flavor to the food. Also, talking about the bell pepper, habanero and onion, something I've come to realize is that whenever I add raw peppers to my beans, I really don't like the taste. Even my family can testify to that. So whenever I don't have boiled peppers in the house, this is what I do. I just add everything inside my beans and it cooks together. Then I'll go ahead and blend it once it's tender and nice. So in that case, the pepper is well cooked and you don't have to taste that raw pepper taste in your mouth. I'll now go ahead and add my water. I'll start by adding about 6 cups of water to this. If I need more along the way, then I'm going to add that. So just cover it up and leave it to cook for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. So here we go, my beans is done, and the best way to know if this is really done is just to get a fork and press on the beans. Look at that. It gets so smashed easily. It's very soft. And this cooked for 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour on the dot. If you have a pressure cooker, of course, it will take you lesser time. Now I'm going to be taking out my turkey. All the flavors of the turkey has been released inside my beans. And here's my habanero pepper. I'll also carefully take out my bell peppers. Look at that, so tender and soft. And finally, my onion. It's now time to blend up my peppers. I'm not going to add any water. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it straight up. All done. So this is what we have. If you want, you can blend it a little finer, but I think I'm okay like this. Here we go. All my smoked turkey has been well shredded. So I'm going to go ahead now and pour this inside my pot of beans. I'll also go ahead and add my blended pepper. I have to warn that if you don't eat too much pepper, you can leave out the habanero pepper or just divide it into two, or simply remove the seed. You know, whatever works for you is fine. So here's my salt. You can add that to your taste. My seasoning powder, and I'll also be adding 1 tablespoon of crayfish. And the last thing I'm going to be adding is my palm oil. Let's go ahead and mix everything all up. Okay, it's obvious that my beans is dry. I'm going to add a little bit of water, you know, just to thin it out a little bit. So the amount of water you add to your beans at this stage is totally up to you. If you like it a little, you know, watery, go ahead and add more water. And if you like your beans thick, then add less water. Now look at this. It's looking so good. And I tell you, it tastes just as good as it looks, or even better. All right. So I'm just going to leave this to simmer again for about a minute or two. Remember, we've cooked our pepper before, so we don't have to cook this for too long. Now look at that. This is how I now make my Ewa Riro. And everyone that has tasted this can testify to it that it's so good. Of course, my Ewa Riro is not complete without plantains. Yes, I belong to the plantain gang. So here we go. Okay, I know I'm partial about plantains. Apart from plantains, you can also serve this with your gari, which is also known as the cassava flakes. Or you can serve it with, you know, fresh bread. It's also just as good. So guys, thank you very much for spending your time with me. As you can see, this is how I now make my Ewa Riro, and it's always a hit. I've said that, I know I've said that multiple times, but it is just what it is. I hope you give this a try, and when you do, as usual, don't forget to tag me on Instagram or my Facebook. I'll be very happy to see your creations. Until next time, I'll talk to you shortly. Enjoy.